News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Ed Kalegi. Warren Buffett, who built Berkshire Hathaway into a business valued at more than $1.16 trillion and himself into a celebrity billionaire renowned for his investing acumen and witticisms, will step down at year-end after 6 decades atop the conglomerate. Buffett, who is 94, said Saturday at the company's annual shareholder meeting in Omaha, Nebraska, that Greg Abel, the vice chairman for non-insurance operations, will take charge of the conglomerate. Jeremy Hill, an editor with Bloomberg's investing team, talks about whether Buffett stepping down comes as a surprise.
Yeah, I would say that this announcement came as quite a surprise. People who follow Berkshire knew that one day he was going to step down and there was a succession plan in place, but we didn't know exactly when. And what was particularly funny about the way he did it was he sort of slipped this announcement in right at the end of a 4-hour question and answer session where he regaled shareholders with all kinds of old stories from his time running the business.
Jeremy Hill, an editor with Bloomberg's investing team. Prior to the announcement, Buffett said that trade should not be a weapon and that the U.S. should be looking to trade with the rest of the world. Bloomberg's Scott Carr has more.
In an earnings report released this morning, the conglomerate showed earnings fell 14% in the first quarter to $9.6 billion, while its cash pile surged to $347.7 billion. And the company warned that tariffs could negatively affect its businesses. Buffett had previously called tariffs an act of war, and Berkshire's earnings statement notes that tariffs could have adverse consequences on most of its operating businesses and equity portfolio. Scott Carr, Bloomberg Radio.
Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese was on track to lead his party to its biggest election victory since World War II, giving him a strong mandate to tackle much-needed economic reform and bargain with the Trump administration on tariffs. Albanese will enter his second term as a Labour hero after back-to-back wins in Saturday's election, the first prime minister to do so since 2004, while in a shock outcome, opposition leader Peter Dutton lost his seat. With 60% of the votes counted, Labour led by 55.9% to the opposition's 44.1%. That was a much stronger result than polls predicted, with Labour now projected to win at least 86 of the Parliament's 150 seats, with 14 still undecided. In claiming victory, Albanese talked about global challenges.
Australians have chosen to face global challenges the Australian way, looking after each other while building for the future.
Singapore's ruling party was on track to secure a convincing victory in Saturday's election as voters worried about rising costs and a worsening global economic climate, rallying behind incumbent Prime Minister Lawrence Wong in his first electoral test since taking office a year ago. With official results still coming in, the elections department's tally showed the People's Action Party winning at least 54 of the 97 seats up for grabs. Preliminary sample ballot counts from other areas suggested the PAP could take a total of 87 seats. Wong thanked supporters in his district for the strong mandate they gave him, and the party saying, we'll honor the trust that's given to us by working even harder. We get a Federal Reserve interest rate decision in the week ahead. Bloomberg's Karen Moscow has a look at the economic calendar.
The ISM Services Index is out on Monday. Tuesday, it's the trade balance, and Fed policymakers open a 2-day meeting. We'll also hear from Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who testifies at a House Appropriations panel hearing expected to focus on fiscal and economic policy. Wednesday, we get a Federal Reserve interest rate decision, followed by a news conference with Chair Jay Powell. The Fed is expected to hold rates steady as they gauge the impact of President Trump's tariffs. We'll also get a look at consumer credit. And Thursday, it's the weekly report on initial jobless claims and wholesale inventories. Karen Moscow, Bloomberg Radio.
The biggest day in American thoroughbred horse racing is here, and we are just hours from hearing My Old Kentucky Home as the 151st Kentucky Derby is set for a 6:57 post time. And the rain in Louisville at Churchill Downs will be more than originally forecast, making for what could be a slower, muddier track than most of these horses have seen before. Rodriguez and Grande have already been scratched. Those in the know say the horses to watch are Journalism, Sovereignty, and Citizen Bull. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Ed Kalegi. This is Bloomberg.